Hi guys, this is Joy, and today I'm going to teach a technique that I learned at Album Retreat to make a sketch. This is the sketch for this week. I'm using Skylark, but I will show you the inspiration. You can also make this layout out of a change of scenery, which is still available, and I will show you that picture. So this is a picture of the two-page layout that we're going to do. So this challenge is more of a process video, and I will be showing you the original one, and you can make this layout using the change of scenery, or I'm recreating it in the Skylark, because if I'm doing a process video, I really don't want the same layout twice. So I will show you what the original looked like, and then we'll dive right into it, and I'll show you some of the techniques that I learned at Album Retreat. I absolutely love Album Retreat. It's something, it's kind of like my mini vacation where I don't go anywhere and I just sit and do all the layouts. There is a new Album Retreat that is available. The cost is $250, which is a lot, but you get 11 two-page layouts. You get a lot of exclusive product, but I will tell you which ones are exclusive to the Album Retreat, and then we'll recreate this. So the challenge, let me go over the challenge rules really quick. So the challenge rules are, the number one thing is you have to use Close to My Heart paper. This month, our paper pack of the month is Memory, Sweet Memory, and I will have a picture, that will be on a separate post. And the theme of this month is Valentine's, so you can use any Valentine's theme layout, and that will count. So anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and dive into the sketch, and then maybe I'll do a separate video or list all the ways that you can qualify to win a prize. So this week's prize was a change of scenery, and that went to Nancy. And this paper, so the original, this layout used change of scenery, and I'll show you what the original looked like. And because of some of the things were exclusive, I was not able to recreate the layout. I'm not going to be able to do everything. So this is the layout that is the sketch. And the technique that I'm teaching today is this right here. So they've torn the paper and it looks really cool. When you use this technique, you always wonder, what am I going to do with this super busy paper? But this works perfectly for busy paper. And so we'll just go ahead and get started. I will tell you the measurements that I used. I can't, and I even have a cheat sheet. So if you want, another thing that I'm going to start offering is if you want to just recreate the sketch that I use for the sketch challenge, you'll be able to buy that in a kit. So if you want to recreate this one, and I'll tell you which ones, I can put in your kit. There's some things that I can't, like this. I'm also trying to use up my stash, and so a couple things I can't get anymore. So anyway, so I'll talk about those as I go along. But if you're interested in doing this, but this is a great layout because you can see that I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 photos. You could even put more, and this is interactive, and I'll show you how you can make it interactive. So, and away we go. All right, let's go ahead, and I'm going to start on the left side first. So, and I'm going to kind of reference to, I will slide this one over so that you can see it, and I will also show the original. So, and I'll tell you what those are. So this layout, you can see that I recreated it, and I'll tell you what I did. If this gets more than 30 minutes, I will stop because, and we'll make it a two-parter. So the first thing that I did was the original was on white paper, and mine I'm putting on Seabrook. just because I thought it was too stark. So you will need to cut 3 pieces of paper. So I'll show you. I should have taken a picture of this. I sure hope I remember what I'm doing. Okay, so I started off with Seabrook. One of the exclusive things that they did in this album retreat was they gave us an exclusive stencil that I dearly love. In album retreats, they give you, usually you get 3 stamp sets, and this time they gave this wonderful stencil. I'm going to put it on black and see if you can see it, but it makes clouds, and you can't really see how beautiful this layout is, but we're going to make it work. So I took Seabrook, and this is a stencil, and I'm going to just do clouds. And what I like about these clouds is I'm kind of starting them off the side. I will use my, I'll put this down because I don't want to get stuff everywhere. So I am only putting a little bit of clouds because remember, you can't see it, but I have stencil clouds right here. We're just not focused enough to be able to do that. But if next time I see you, I can show you how we did it. So I'm going to take the stencil and I'm putting it off to the side, and I am using a brush, I forget what they call these. Okay. You know the kind of brushes. So when you're using inks, I think this is the best brush to use for these. If you are using like distress inks, I use the little kind of the wooden daubers ones. So I'm going to put this at an angle, and it's very subtle. The weird thing about is when you are putting this on, I'm going to wipe it off on this edge because I don't want anything to really, I don't want it to be too stark. And I think I've already made it that way a little bit. So we're just going to put some clouds, and I'm tapping off, and then I'm just stenciling in. So because I want you to be able to see the clouds, I probably wouldn't have been as heavy-handed, and I probably wouldn't have put as many clouds on here, but for you to be able to see it, I wanted to just put that on there. So this is an exclusive stencil, but I do have, if you are interested in doing this one, I can get you one that is my DIY stencil. It does work. It's not as nice as this one. The nice thing about this stencil is, maybe I'll show you in later projects, they have, it's all nested. So we have some mountains that are stenciled, and then the trees go directly under it. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but it just kind of gives it a little cloud. And you don't want them in a straight line because clouds aren't in a straight line. And I am going, even though I would only need to do this down for 3 inches, but I don't want it to, I'd rather go too far than not far enough. So now that I've got my clouds on, I have cut 3 pieces of paper, and okay, so now I have my clouds. I move that. And I do have to remember a few things. So I'm putting this one on the bottom, and I had the base page. Normally I would get this paper, but since I'm stenciling on it and I'm adding some things and I have pockets, I didn't want to tempt fate and not do that. So oh, thanks, Rochelle. I can actually see your comments. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be asking some questions because I actually had a couple things. So this is Skylark. So I'm putting, this is 3 inches. And the next strip of paper, can you guess how many inches it is? 3 inches. Yay! You guys are very good at this game. And if you wanted to do, this would be really cute on the hair too. Like you could have that. That could have been like the ground, but I wanted it to kind of match. So I went with that. So So this is Skylark. When you go on to look at the website, Skylark might not be there, but it might come back. But no worries, you know me. I have everything. And then the last one. So this one I have to pay attention on because, oops, this one I shouldn't have. When you're doing it, don't do like me. I had my rubber eraser. I forgot to tell you guys. We're gonna tuck things in here. So we should have, if I took a, yeah, if I was set up, I'm going to just, don't you love it when I run out of tape? Okay. So this one you're making a pocket. I forgot to tell you. And I'm going to put my hands on it a couple times so it's not going to be super sticky. And I'm making a pocket here, so I'm gonna stuff things down in here, just like this one here. See, this one I have the pockety things in here. If you wanted to put more pictures in, you could do that as well. The same thing with this one. I am not going to. I'm going to tape here and here. It's in the middle. I won't have to worry about it coming off. So I'm going to tape that there. And here is, okay. Now I'm going to put my little striped, they have a stripe, a leaf right here. I'm using this one. And so each one of these strips was 3 inches. So this is a great way to use if you're at the end of a pack. This would be a great use of that because if you would need like one matching big page, a 12 by 12, but the rest could be scraps. So this I'm going to put on. I like this one because it draws in a lot of colors. And we'll talk about that a little bit. Okay, so now I'm just sticking this down. All right, so now I have my, oops, I'm robbing from Peter to pay Paul. So I have my pictures here. So I'll show you what I did for a couple of things. So on this, I fussy cut this. So there was actually, I had a couple options. So this is what I wound up with. And where I got this was I actually had some scraps of paper on the back of this large paper. I'll show you. When I was cutting it up, I had a little square left, so this is that square. And then I saw this beautiful memories, so I liked memories, so I cut it out and I just glued it on there. So I did a little bit of fussy cutting to make my my little thing that I did. Okay, so I also have, the other thing that I did was I had this postage stamp, and that would have gotten lost. So I sponged this in to change it. And I like how subtle it is. I would get this out, but I just want to show you how you can just change the color of your wife's postage stamp. So if you decide that you want to do this, I can get you these postage stamps because it is a Cricut file that I have. So I'll just throw that in as a freebie. So if you want to go to do it with change of scenery, or if you want to do it with Skylark, or if you want to do your own thing. But you can make, see how it's just subtle? And I'm just changing it from white to lagoon. Okay. So this paper pack that I'm working with, so Skylark, they brought it back last month, but this is actually some leftovers that I had from the original, which was like 14 years ago. So I'm super happy that I'm using this up. So I'm just going to tape this how I like. But here are some other ideas. So if you didn't have this little, or you didn't want to cut in the middle of it, I will show you some other things that you could make. Maybe I'll show you some other things that you could make. I buried those. I will probably, I meant to set everything out, but you could stamp the dragonfly out of side and do that. And I stamped it on just a scrap of this paper because I didn't want it to be on stark. So you could do that, or you could find some other small thing that was on that paper and just fussy cut it and use up your paper that way. So I'm going to make my postage stamp. I should get this back out. And that way, if you use this mat, then it doesn't get sticky everywhere. So I'm sticking it in there. Make sure that it's right side up. Okay. And I'm sliding it in here. And that's memories. That's probably not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down because you're not going to pull that up. Okay. Then on the tag. So I got kind of creative with the tags too. Oh, here is an example. This was one. I could have used this. I don't know if you can see that or not. That's the stamped butterfly on just a very end of that this paper. I had some scraps, so I just stamped it on that. And I like it, and I did it, it was second generation because I didn't want it to be super, super strong. So the next thing that I did was so in this album retreat, they had this cute little tag, and I stamped it, and that's this one stamped. And I used an old-fashioned brad, which, because it was so small, it actually fell out. It was in there, but I had a little brad in here, and like this one. See how this one is in there? This one was smaller, and so it kind of fell out. But so this was with the white. This was, I stamped it on the paper like I did with this one, and there were some words on this paper. And so I just cut it out and stuck it on here. So you could have used that as a tag, but what I went with was the one that was actually part of the paper. So this paper right here, this is right there, and I will hole punch that and put a cute little brad like this one, and I'll put it right here. And that could be your journaling or whatever you'd like. You could, so now we're gonna put our other two pictures down. Oh, here's the one I put the brad in. See how I put the brad in this one? It's a little tiny one. And I'll show you how I cut it out of the paper and covered it up. I kind of had to change where my placement was because I really wanted to, I just wanted to put more pictures on here. So the next part is I'm just going to set this down. If I put the paper straight, that would be super helpful. I'm going to put paper right here. And I have a ruler somewhere in my mess, because we all know that I cannot put things straight. So this is about 2 inches from the bottom, 2 inches from the bottom, and 2 inches from the side. Well, but I'm going to actually put it like 1 inch from the side. So I'm 2 inches from the top, from the bottom, and about 2 inches from the top. I'll line that up because I have a crooked eye. And I hope I don't run out of tape in this little video. And that's 2 inches from the bottom. That looks kind of, okay. And this is going to go, somehow the pictures seemed bigger when I was doing them before. Oh, it's because I have this other thing. Okay. So I'm going to put this right here. And this one I would pop dot. So this I cannot get for you. I mean, you could make this shape, but it is from my stash. And what I'll do is I will pop dot it on so that I can slip my pictures underneath. So I will do that now. And it says, because of you, half the time I don't even know I'm smiling. I think this is going to be a page that I do for my grandkids. So I'll have a picture of them together. Okay, so then we're going to take some washi tape, and it just adds a little bit. I wish I had, I tried I was going to put Journey tape on here, but it was just too many different colors. And so I decided to go with the green. And this is the thing that, and I will just show you that I'm going to put washi tape on there, because if I, it takes me forever. I love shimmer tape, but it is, and there's all kinds of tricks that you can do so that you don't have to do this. But use your imagination. It's going to go right here. I'm actually just going to tape it here for you guys, and then I'll go back and adhere it correctly. So I just put, that's going to go there. And then, so this is a me thing. In the original, they did not, excuse me, got to let the dog in. Now she's going to be mad at me. I don't know where she went. Okay. Oh, ha, she's Zoe. Sorry about that, guys. So I'm just going to put that there, and I will do it correct later. So to add more pictures to it, so at the top, you'll remember that I did not seal this in. So these are all going to go. You can have 3 pictures here. And the nice thing about this is I'm going to show you how, if most of my layouts, I'm going to have this layout and it's going to be top loading. So I'm not going to, you can slit your page protectors and pull them out this way. But because it's so close to the top, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and instead of. And I'm going to take my shimmer tape and I'm going to make a little loop. And the little loop's going to go like this. So I'm going to treat this shimmer tape like it were a ribbon, because I don't want to put in something else that does not match. And I may have to just tape this. If I can't get this to go, I will just use it like, okay. So I got it. So I'm sticking the, see how I'm doing this? I'm going to pull my picture up, and then I'm going to go on the back like this. Make sure that it's lined. So this is a loop. So it looks like ribbon. And so it's going to go in the top like this. So when it's top loaded, you can just pull it out. If you have, you could actually put 3 more pictures or hidden journaling on the back. Since this is something you're going to pull in and pull out of, you could actually have 3 more pictures on the back, because I know you guys take a million pictures. So that is, this is the page. Oh, you get to hear my dog with the squeaky toy. So I'm going to add all that. I won't have you watch. You get the idea. So I'm setting this to the side, and we're going to work on page 2. So this is the fun part. Here's where the fun begins. So remember my tag? My tag was right here. So I wanted that tag. So I kind of rearranged where I'd put the pictures. I'll show you the original of, I'll show you the original. I think I'll show you the original. Here it is. Here this one is. And see, this is what we're going to do next. This is the super fun part I'm so stoked about. So the first thing you're going to do is, this is cut slightly smaller, so it is cut 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. And I am going to just attach it a little. I'm just, because I don't want it to slip around. And I have to have like markers. So I'm doing it a little bit different. But I'm going to put this down at 4, and we're going to tear this. I know, it makes you a little nervous. And we're tearing it. So this is torn, and it's pretty close to the edge. And actually, I think Okay, yeah, so I'm going to put they had you like write on a pencil, but that makes me a little nervous. So I'm just going to jab it right here. So I'm poking a hole at 4, and I'm going to go over here and it's down 5. So I'm going to poke a hole here. And then I'm going to tear it. So I'm going to poke a hole. So I poked one at 4, and I'm going to poke one at 8.5. And I'm just putting, they used a pen, but I'm just going to use my scissors. So here's the scary part. I know you're scared. It's kind of scary. So here we go. Now I'm going to tear it, and of course we have a white core. So if I want the core to show, I'm trying to remember how. If I want the core to show, I'm going to tear it this way, and it's all good. I've got my little. No, where's my little hole? I know it makes me so nervous to tear into paper. I don't think that's actually supposed to be right here. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. It doesn't matter because I'm going to tear it so I can see where I'm tearing. So I'm going to tear down to that part. Is anyone scared yet? She's tearing in her paper. She's running her. And because there's designs on this, if you wanted to do this part first, you could get your little, I almost wish I had torn, I'm going to tear from this side because, yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep tearing. I got to keep going until I get to the 7. Okay, and then I'm going to tear down to, then I'm going to tear this part. And I'm tearing to 7. I got to find my little hole. I need to make my holes bigger. Make your holes big enough that you can actually see them. So that's my issue. So I'm going to make it big enough so that I can see it. And I'm tearing. Oh, it's so scary to tear paper. This doesn't turn out, you guys. It's going to be really kind of obvious because, oh, and if I'm going to try to not, well, I guess that bird's going to get rolled up, so, okay. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to put this down like this, and it's too bulky, so I am going to just trim some off. And then you're going to roll it super tight. I'm going to roll it and glue it. Roll it and adhere it. Roll it and adhere it. And roll it and adhere it. And it, I'm making mine pretty flat. I'm applying quite a bit of pressure here. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to put my 4x6 picture under here. If all goes well and the creek don't rise, there we are. Isn't that so cute? And it's just a really different look. I wish I would have rolled, I'll bring this down a little bit more. Okay. And you might want to roll, there is a learning curve on this one. Okay, so I'm going to adhere all this down. Oops. Oh, tape runner. Wouldn't it be funny if I ran out of tape? Okay. While I'm adhering this down. So we are going to go back to our weekly challenges. I'm kind of widening it up. The goal of the challenges is for you to, of course, scrapbook and use your paper, use your stash. That is my ultimate goal. I'm going to, so if you use this technique, I will count it in the challenge. So if you, and actually just say, So I'm going to try to be a little bit more technique based because I've gone to all these album retreats, and there's so much goodness in them. So many things that you learn, and it's the little tiny things that really make a difference, like using your blending brush to change the colors of maybe a white element. So now you'll see, you're thinking, that looks horrible, but it's okay. We're gonna cover all the ugliness up, and I wanted that tag. That's why I had to do this, because I wanted that tag to be, I wanted to use that tag in my layout. So, oh, that is super crooked. I have a crooked eye. So this one I have to, normally I would have not had it quite so low, but because I snitched that tag, I'm kind of committed onto where these are going to go. And, all right. So, things that I don't have, so you can buy this paper pack. Unfortunately, this cute little, this one and the cute little Because of You, this was available when 14 years ago. Yeah, joy, it's a win. So this one's not available and this is not available. But some titles that would be super cute for this layout would be, and actually I'm having over to the side like this so that, and I'll put some little embellishments. I'm not for sure what I'm gonna do, but I don't want this video to be, it's already 30 minutes long. And I'm going to, so I will put that up, and then I will take, what I'll do is I'll put cute little green strips down here for journaling, or that go right here. And I'll add some clusters right in here to round out the page. But that is just a fun little torn thing. And see how, now that I have it on there, you can tear some more, like this kind of covers up the page if that bugs you. You can just kind of come along here and tear some more. It's supposed to look kind of, I guess the word they're using now is organic. So this is the layout sketch for this month, not this month, actually for the week. If you would like a kit that, if you'd like to make this, this layout, you could buy this, use the Skylark Paperpack, and I can get you this little item, and you can cut this out from your paper. I used pine shimmer tape. If you want to use the Change of Season paper pack, this one's also available, and I can get you the stamp. I can stamp you this, and I can I can get the tag for you, and I can get the cute little thing right there. So anyway, let me know, or I'm excited to see what you guys come up with. You can use any paper pack as long as it's close to my heart. This month's is Sweet Memories. You can use that paper pack, and I will go ahead and write a list of what the challenge is. So you just need to choose one element of the challenge. It could be the paper pack of the month. So you could use the paper pack of the month, and that would count as your challenge. You could use a Valentine's theme. So there's always a theme, a month-long theme that you can use. If you use anything for Valentine's Day or Sweetheart or whatever lovey-dovey stuff, that will count for the theme of the month. And you could use any sketch, and you just use Close to My Heart paper. You can use this sketch and any paper pack that you have. I think that's it. So anyway, I hope this makes sense, and I will finish up the layouts, add a few things, and then I'll have a still picture, and I will put the sketches in an album, Tell me what you think, if this was helpful, if you'd rather just have me just take a picture. We can do that as well and not do the videos. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye.